Have you ever wanted something so badly that you were willing to dedicate your entire life to it? Waking up every morning with the same dream, falling asleep thinking about it, believing in it even when the whole world tells you it will probably never happen. And then, one day, realizing that you gave everything you had, yet the one dream that mattered most still slipped away. This is the story of a man who won almost everything. The UEFA Champions League, Olympic gold. He became the most expensive footballer in history. He broke Pelé's all-time scoring record for Brazil. Yet, the one trophy he dreamed about since childhood was the only one he never lifted: the FIFA World Cup. We're not just following the career of Neymar, we're following the life of a little boy who started playing football simply because he loved the game, and somehow became the hope of an entire nation. This story doesn't begin inside a packed stadium. It begins in a small house where, on some nights, the lights simply went out. Neymar da Silva Santos Jr. was born on February 5, 1992, in Mogi das Cruzes, Brazil. His father once dreamed of becoming a professional footballer himself, but injuries ended that dream before it truly had a chance to begin. The dream he couldn't fulfill would one day live on through his son. His mother worked tirelessly to make sure there was always something far more important than money inside their home: love. Life wasn't easy. Some nights the family barely had enough. There were evenings when the electricity was cut off, leaving the house in complete darkness. But dreams don't disappear just because the lights do. Not long after, the family moved to São Vicente. Those streets became Neymar's very first football pitch, and his father became his very first coach. But he never forced his son to train. Instead, he taught him something far more valuable: to fall in love with the game. Whenever they had free time, they trained together. Not because they had to, because they wanted to. Before every match, his father had a small ritual. He would kneel in front of his son, kiss him twice on the forehead, then quietly say the same words every single time: "Now go and beat them all." Neither of them could have imagined how heavy those words would one day become. For Neymar, football wasn't about becoming rich. It was about giving his family a better life. Before long, people throughout the neighborhood couldn't stop talking about the skinny kid who played as if the ball belonged to him. In 2003, when Neymar was 11 years old, the family moved once again, this time to Santos. To most people, it was just another coastal city. But in Brazil, Santos is sacred. It was the home of Pelé, the place where the legendary number 10 became immortal. Every young Brazilian footballer dreamed of wearing that shirt one day. Neymar was no different. He arrived with no famous name, no wealthy family, just a football and a dream that felt much bigger than himself. From his very first training sessions, one thing became obvious: he was different. Everything looked effortless, fearless, beautiful. In Brazil, there's a word for it: ginga, a style of movement so smooth and rhythmic that it almost looks like dancing with the ball. That was Neymar. When he was just 14 years old, Real Madrid came calling. For most teenagers, it would have been an impossible offer to refuse, but Neymar stayed. Santos convinced his family that his story wasn't finished there yet. 3 years later, that decision changed everything. In 2009, at just 17 years old, Neymar made his professional debut for Santos. It didn't take long for Brazil to realize something extraordinary was happening. The country had found its next great star. Then came the moment that introduced him to the rest of the world. On July 27, 2011, against Flamengo, Neymar scored one of the most breathtaking goals football had ever seen. Dribbling past defenders with impossible ease before calmly finishing the move. The goal earned him the FIFA Puskás Award for the best goal of the year. He was only 19. A few months later, Santos lifted the Copa Libertadores for the first time in nearly 50 years. The club hadn't won it since the days of Pelé. Now, another young Brazilian had brought glory back home. In 2013, Neymar signed for Barcelona, the club every footballer dreams of playing for. But with that dream came a new challenge. At Camp Nou, there was already a player many believed to be the greatest of his generation, Lionel Messi. Alongside him was one of the world's deadliest strikers, Luis Suarez. Together, they formed the legendary attacking trio known as MSN. In a single season, they scored 122 goals, more than any front three in football history. But it wasn't just about numbers. They seemed to understand each other without speaking. In 2015, Barcelona completed a historic treble, winning La Liga, the Copa del Rey, and the UEFA Champions League. In the final against Juventus, Neymar scored the last goal of the night, sealing a 3-1 victory. When the final whistle blew, he didn't run to celebrate. He simply collapsed onto the pitch and cried. At just 23 years old, the little boy from the dark streets of Brazil had become a Champions League winner. But before all of that, there was a moment that changed his life forever. The 2014 FIFA World Cup, hosted in Brazil. The entire country believed this was their time, and they believed Neymar would lead them there. He was only 22 years old, yet the hopes of more than 200 million people rested on his shoulders. In the quarterfinal against Colombia, everything changed in an instant. Juan Zuniga crashed his knee into Neymar's back. He fell to the ground. He couldn't get up. He could barely breathe. The diagnosis was devastating: a fractured vertebra. Doctors later revealed that the impact had come just centimeters away from leaving him permanently paralyzed. His World Cup was over. From his hotel room, Neymar watched Brazil face Germany in the semi-final. Not from the pitch, but from a television screen. He watched helplessly as his country suffered the darkest night in its football history. 7-1. While the world watched Brazil collapse, his father sat quietly beside him. He didn't try to find the right words. Instead, he did what he had done since Neymar was a little boy. He kissed him twice on the forehead. Only this time, there was no match left to play. Sometimes, even the strongest dreams are powerless against fate. But Neymar refused to let that be the end. 2 years later, he would have one more chance to give Brazil something to smile about. In 2016, Brazil had one more chance to heal. The Olympic Games, the final, the Maracanã. And standing on the other side, Germany. The same nation that had shattered Brazil's heart just 2 years earlier. This time, Neymar walked onto the pitch wearing the captain's armband. He wasn't just leading a team, he was carrying the hopes of an entire country once again. Midway through the first half, he curled a breathtaking free kick into the top corner. The stadium exploded. But Germany fought back. The match ended 1-1. Everything came down to a penalty shootout. After Germany missed, Brazil needed just one more kick. Neymar slowly placed the ball on the spot. He touched the badge on his chest, closed his eyes, took one deep breath, and struck it. The ball hit the back of the net. Brazil had finally won its first ever Olympic gold medal in men's football. Neymar dropped to his knees and burst into tears. For one night, an entire nation smiled with him. But deep inside, he knew the truth. The Olympic gold was special. Yet it wasn't the dream he had been chasing since childhood. That dream was still waiting: the World Cup. In September 2023, Neymar made history. He scored his 78th goal for Brazil, becoming the nation's all-time leading goal scorer, surpassing Pelé. For almost any player, it would have been the proudest moment of their career, but Neymar barely celebrated. Because one thought never left him. Pelé had won 3 World Cups. He had won none. That was the weight he had carried for years. Yet there was another side of Neymar that rarely made headlines. Back in Praia Grande, he created the Instituto Projeto Neymar Jr., giving thousands of children access to education, sports, and new opportunities. He rarely spoke about it. He didn't need the cameras. Maybe because he still remembered exactly what it felt like to be the little boy who once believed that a football could change an entire family's future. Then came the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Most people knew it would likely be his last. Brazil arrived dreaming of bringing the trophy home once again. But Neymar's body was no longer the same. He played fewer minutes. Every sprint demanded more. Every match took a little more away from him. In the round of 16, Brazil faced Norway, led by Erling Haaland. Haaland scored twice. Brazil was on the edge of elimination. Late in the game, Neymar converted a penalty, but it wasn't enough. The final whistle blew. Brazil was out. Neymar dropped to his knees, his face buried in the grass. His teammates gathered around him in silence. There was nothing anyone could say. Later, fighting back tears, he spoke only a few words. "I tried. I really tried. Now it's over." In that moment, it wasn't just a tournament that had ended. It was the dream he had carried since he was a little boy. Neymar became Brazil's all-time leading goal scorer. He won the Champions League, Olympic gold, league titles, domestic cups. He became the most expensive footballer the world had ever seen. He gave fans countless moments of magic, and yet, many people still judged his entire career by the one trophy he never won, the World Cup. Also, please subscribe to our channel and let us know in the comments which famous people you would like to see in our videos. Thank you.